Welcome, fire tenders, to the I Am Winter Solstice Symposium. I'm Renee Barabo, the Practical Shaman, and this session is part of our 14th annual Winter Solstice Gathering, where wisdom keepers, seekers, and altar holders come together to tend the light in dark times. Let's begin. Hey everyone, it's Renee. I guess I'm a little slap happy at the end of the day here. I'm with my friend Itzhak Beery, who's in New York right now, but he's traveling a lot and one of my favorite people. We've kind of been around this road together for a little while, and we were talking how writing books can help us to freeze, not the writing of the book, but the idea of publicizing and publishing and radioing it. Somebody once, I thought, writing the book was the hard part, and then I had to sell the book. So on that note, I'm going to turn it over to you.
Well, first of all, I'm so grateful to be here with you and with everybody else who are watching and or recording later. Um, so yeah, it is a special night, the solstice or the longest night uh, in this year, and they hope that the fire when the light will come and shine our way again. So I'm really happy to be here and to share with you and Renee, and any kind of questions or you want to talk to me about, that will be my pleasure.
Do you want to teach something, or do you want to just talk, or what would you like?
So I was thinking about it that uh, one of the things that was I learned how to read candles, to do healing with diagnostic reading with candles, and that comes from the tradition of the high Andes of Ecuador, and it is a fantastic way of learning to diagnose the physical, emotional, and the spiritual bodies of people. It is something that I also teach in my courses around the world. It is part of the divination or diagnostic teaching. It's part of the also the part of the La Limpia ceremonies that I'm teaching. Which is the thing that is very important, that part, because a lot of us are talking a lot of spirituality, a lot of good things about light and all that, but also we don't really delve very much into truly indigenous native healing techniques, down and dirty, like in the high Andes of Ecuador. Uh, for me, this is the most real work of the shamanism. So the candle reading is an interesting thing because it is about light. It's about how you send in your energy field, and then that's what you read. You read the colors. You read the movement of the flame. You read the shape of the flame. So it's a wonderful way of communing with spirit or with the energy of a person, and learning how to divine or to diagnose the state of a person. But that technique actually came from an earlier one from the people who used to commune with the fire. And that art is pretty much lost unless you are going into Guatemala or into Bolivia or places like that, where where these people still talk with the fire. And I there is an sorry for I ate a little chocolate, so it's stuck in my throat. I can hear you.
Did you have a cocoa ceremony before we started and you didn't invite us?
No, 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 not today. Today is the Hanukkah. Uh,
Oh,
yeah, yeah. So that candle reading in the end is an ancient tradition of reading or communing with the fire. That technique is so important to all of us. Um, and so I was lucky enough to be invited to work with a documentary, film documentary, in 2012. If you remember that year, everybody believed that the world is going to be over at, on December 21st, 2012, where the Mayan new calendar began, or the new Baktun began. So we went there as a team to photograph the or take make a movie about the opening of a new Baktun Plaza in Chichicastenango in Guatemala. And it was really a beautiful event, with beautiful fires in the plazas and new sculptures and in beautiful speeches, and the whole world was there. Of course, because of the fear that the next day there will be nothing will be there. That was the new Baktun. But one of the things that was really changed in a way my life was this woman, old woman, who was sitting by the edge of that festival or ceremony, and she made a little fire. And I have never really uh, met or was witnessing somebody with such a high devotion and ability to communicate with everything she had with the fire.
hmm.
I really understood what it means to be devoted to fire or to anything else, because she was not there for the cameras, she was not there for fame, she was not there to do any and to impress anyone. She had a heart to heart communication. She was asking questions with fire. And although she was so frail and so poor, you could really feel how strong her stamina or power or belief she had in giving herself truly, fully to the fire. And so when you asked me to speak about the resilience of the fire, I was thinking about her.
Hmm.
I was not thinking about any kind of smart teaching from a famous shaman or from one of my teachers or any of that. Uh, I was just going back to this Kamai, this first connection that we have with the elements. And I think going back to think about that, all of that, is that our resilience doesn't come from power or masculine power or from our, understanding uh, all kind of spiritual understanding. Um, or read many books, like we talked about books. It's not about the books. It's not about the knowledge that we have. It's not about who was your teacher. It was really about first-hand total devotion to the four elements And the fire, as you know, is really a symbol of all four elements. It is the earth, it is the water, it is the air, and it's the fire. It's all four elements are merging in that fire to send a message of transformation and knowledge to Viracocha or to Hatun Pachacamag or the great mystery. So there's a great teaching in how to read the fire. And of course, we can't really do that now, maybe. But if you do, if you have a candle or if you have a fire, you may want to look at the movement of the fire or where the fire goes. If it goes sideways or going down, or if it's going up, or if it's going if it's blue or if it's green or if it's have different colors or if it's black or so. There's a lot of that symbols which I'm happy to maybe one day to teach, but I think that it gives us answers or divination or diagnostic, if you want or wish, to the great creator. And we can ask for anything that we want. And one of them is for us to be strong and powerful, standing and facing what the world around us is bringing us now, which is chaos. We are now in a time, according to the Condor and the Eagle prophecy of the high Andes of Ecuador, in a time of the Condor and the Eagle, the time where a new period begin. It's called Pachacuti in the Andes tradition. It's the end of an 500 years of oppression, colonialism, imperialism, the rule of masculine energies, the army, the innovation, the technology, and the return of the mother, return of the feminine energy. And so that time now that we are in is where the condor and the eagle are trying to figure out how to enter into this new time where we can fly together instead of flying against each other, where the masculine and the feminine can weave itself together in dance of light, of harmony, peace, cooperation. And it is a time which we are called for to call on the people who works with the earth, the feminine side, to return the practices and the rituals of the mother, of Pachamama, or the Mother Earth. And that's where we are now. We are in that time of beautiful chaos, where the old regime, the old time, is still holding on to power, which basically tell us that in order for us to survive this whirlpool of energies that are pulling us to every direction, and you can see that in every aspect of our life, in the political, artistic, diplomatic, everywhere you go, there is a chaos. Nobody knows where to go or what to do, but we have to keep our resilience, our grounding. And the grounding that we have is really within the four elements. And one of them is that Mushuknina, or the sacred fire within ourselves. And that's why I think it's so important for all of us at this kind of time the time of change, the time of whirlpool of everything is changing around us, and we don't really know where to go and who to ask for, is to dig in deep into our own passion, our own fire, the Mushuknina fire. And that is in the cauldron of fire in our pelvis. This is where it's at, that element within us. And it's really about creativity. It's about our ability to get in touch with what makes us passionate, what makes us want to recreate our world. And the more we are in that place of recreation, of creation, the more we are connected to that place of the womb, or the creating new life, or which is what Mushuk Nina mean is the new life or the sacred life. The more we are able to get strong and more powerful, standing and facing the wind of change that we are having here. So in order to have fire, we need three things, right? We need the what are we burning, right? This is the fuel, right? We need to learn the fuel that we can fuel the fire. And it is what are we offering the fire? And so so there is three pillars for good fire, or to make a fire we need three things. The fuel, the heat, and the oxygen. These are three things that we must have in order to have a fire. And so I'd like all of you to think about, what are you offering for the fire? What are you like to put in the fire to be consumed by fire or create the fire? And then I'd like you also to think about, what is your passion? What is your vision? What are you called for? What are you want to give birth to? And the other thing is the oxygen. So the oxygen, without oxygen, you can't have fire, right? And so the oxygen is about the wind, Renee. It is about the breath, about the air that we are blowing into it. So it is the breath, it's the song, it's the prayers. It is our connection to spirit and to our ancestors. It is the wind that comes from the Apus, from the mountains, and those are the Icaros that we are singing. This is the oxygen that helps brings the fire, or to make the fire big. So it is coming from our mouth, from our expression, to do that. So if you like, let me know. I would like to do a little bit of a journey on that. Is that possible?
Absolutely, you have time. You're the last presenter of the day, and you have a little time, and I'm just sitting here listening. But I wanted to ask you one thing.
Sure.
So when I was doing research, when I was doing the Oracle deck, which I added 32 more winds, I found these winds down in the Amaru, down in, and one of the winds is called Tuanu, and it's the wind about the Pachacuti when the earth starts to split. Have you heard about this energy?
No,
But I
no.
know I'll have to send you the information that I researched about it. But there's a Haya in Tuana, and Tuana was the creator wind, and this is the wind of the underworld.
This is really beautiful. And in what tradition is that?
supposedly the Amara.
Well, that absolutely could be true. The Amara culture kind of like disseminated, almost nobody know exactly. There was only very little bit of um, ceramic and some kind of maybe songs, but so that absolutely could be. Uh,
And and the
because
other wind is Haya, and it's the wind of magic and creation, and they sit at the equator. So this one takes care of the underworld, and this one takes care of the creation.
that's so beautiful. Yeah, beautiful,
All
really
right, now you can
beautiful.
go to your journey now. But I just was curious when we were talking if you had heard of these spirits.
No, because I'm more in the tradition of the Quichua and the people in the Amazon, the Shuar or the Saicopai or the Quechua there, and
So the Shwa are
so
Quechua too.
the Shuar.
Are they Quechua part of the Quechua or?
Oh no no no. Well, it's hard to say now because there's a lot of intermarriage and population shift. But there are the major tribes there that are the Achwar, and then the Shuar, and you have other people all around. But you have also people of the Kichwa that are moved into the jungle, and they came from the mountain, and they kind of intermarried with the Shuar and Ashwar, and they became more of jungle people. So
Mhm.
the jungle people and the mountain people are very different in their physicality, but also in the way they look at the world. The people in the Amazon, they don't have that kind of uh, mythology that you're talking about. They have a different one. They are really beautiful, but it's not like that. And so um, but all I mean, the thing about it is that all of those cultures celebrate the power of fire, or the power of all the four elements. Really, it's really all together because the fire is the four elements. You can't have a fire without the four elements, unless of course it's chemicals. But we don't talk about that. Uh, but the fire is really the essence of life. Without fire, you can cook. You can make ayahuasca with it. Oh, well, actually, you do, but you can do it without just water. But of course, the fire is the center of the tribe. This is where you get up in the morning and you drink your wayusa, and then you do all the ceremonies around it. The fire is incredibly important and important in all of those tribes. Um, I was traveling a lot for 8 years in the Brazilian Amazon with my teacher Ipupiara, and we never really had that kind of what you are talking about the fire there. They're more simpler in this kind of thoughts.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was
Um,
talking about that earlier when I learned to be the fire tender at the Inipi. No one ever really talked about the story. The learning came from the doing and the being and the practice of being there. All right, I'm going to shut up so you can do your journey.
uh, well, um, I'm going to offer it to the
Oh,
people who came to the to the evening. Okay, uh, we're going to do like three short journeys. One of them is for the fuel, one of them is for the heat, and one of them is for the oxygen. So this journey, I'm going to rattle for a few minutes, and it will be for the fuel. What are you bringing into the fire? What is your offering to the fire to bring resilience to your life? Okay. So bring it to offer to the fire is what do you want and what you don't want, what you don't really need anymore. Any kind of thing you don't really need in your life, you may want to make an offering to or if you want to retrieve something, you want to bring that into the fire. And you also can do bring offering like a tobacco offering, or if you want to burn anything that is herbal, or to bring blessing to Hatun Pachakamak, the great mystery. Okay, so let's do that, and we'll do that. So I just want to know if everybody here have connection to spirit or to power animal or waka or other spirit guides. If anybody here don't have that, just let me know in the chat. There is a chat here. Um, but in any event, let's do that. Okay, so we're gonna do that. And if you don't have a power animal or teacher, just reconnect with your favorite tree or your favorite mountain. Those sources of energy do have the same kind of power as your power animal or spirit guide. Okay? So let's do a 3 minutes or 4 minutes journey is what I'm offering to the fire. What is the fuel that I'm going to offer my fire? Take a big breath in and take a big breath out. Take a big breath in, take a big breath out. Move your toes, your fingers, stretch your body, stretch your hands, your legs. Bring life back to your body. And so this is your fuel. You may want to take a note of that so you know what you are willing to burn to feed the fire. That's beautiful. And now we want to talk about the heat. So the heat is your vision. So it is the spark of transformation. It's require courage. It require the power to change. So here it is. We're going to do a journey similar to this one, where we are going to bring the heat to the sacred fire, to the Mushuknina. Okay, so take a big breath in and take a big breath out. We're going to be journeying now with our spirit guides or teachers. And if you don't have one, you can always use a mountain or a tree or a lake or any kind of sacred object in nature. We call it waka, that you can communicate it with and ask it what I need to bring. What is the passion, the vision, the teaching, the spark of transformation that I want to bring in to be into the fire of resilience. Take a big breath in and take a big breath out. Close your eyes, relax, and let's go talk to the fire. Take a big breath in, take a big breath out. And when you're ready, move your toes, your fingers, stretch your body, your hands above your head. Bring life to your body. And if you like, you can take a little notes. Take a little note, so just so you can remember what is you are offering the fire, what is the heat that you are adding. And now let's do another one. And this is probably the most important, not well, they are all important, but I kind of like that too, is it's the oxygen. So the oxygen is very important because this is how do you engage your spirit with the fire to be resilient? And sometimes the resiliency is really about your spirit, how your spirit is strong, right? So your breath, your song, your prayers, your commune with your ancestors. How do you blow that into the fire? So imagine you're blowing all of that, the spirit, your prayers, your icaros, into that fire. And I want to tell a little story about that place. So if you remember a flame of a candle, There is, and also in the fire itself, there is a place very and the on the bottom of the wick where we have a section that is blue, right? This is the that blue. It kind of like tell us about the strength or vitality of the person. It shows us how strong the person is. If it's a big blue, which means there's a lot of oxygen, that means that the person vitality is strong. And it's a very small, that means that there's not a lot of that. It's more depression or sadness. So we want to increase that that oxygen or the spirit into that person energy field. So I learned a lot of that from my two teachers, Jose Joaquin Pineda from the high Andes of Ecuador, and also from Ipupiara Manukeman, who was from Brazil. And Ipupiara passed away many years ago. It's almost, I think, 14 years ago. But 2 years after he passed away, we were very close, but for 2 years he didn't show up. But one morning he showed up, and he showed up in a dream, and he told me that the place where the oxygen or the wind enter into the fire to create that blue, the oxygen, it's called Uru Darwa. Uru Darwa. And he told me in the dream to go down and write it down. So I did. Many years later, I went into a museum in Israel, where I'm from, and there was a beautiful painting that was painted by a very Kabbalistic spiritual painter, which I really love. So I went to look at the title of that painting because it was really beautiful, and like sometimes you actually can see spirit painted in some beautiful painting. And the title of that painting was Uru Darwa, which is in Aramaic, the door of the light. I have no idea how Ipupiara, my Brazilian from the Amazon, from the Uruubabawu tribe of Brazil, knew about Uru Darwa in the dream. But that's what he said. So I wanted to tell you that the oxygen that you're going to blow into the candle, it's not on the candle itself. It is in the blue area, the bottom of the candle. This is where you can empower that energy, the oxygen, empower the fire to become strong and powerful. And that is your breath, your song, your prayer, your connection to the ancestor, to your community. This is the wind that the Apus, the spirit of the mountain, send into the power, into the candle. This is how you become more grounded, like the mountains that carry the Apus. Okay? That makes sense? It's really hard for me not to see your faces, but this is how it is. So that story I would like to impress on you, to give everything you can to send your spirit for the resiliency of fire. But it has to come from you, from your oxygen, okay? Take a big breath in, take a big breath out. We're going to go on a journey for maybe 3 or 4 minutes. Let's do it. And take a big breath in and take a big breath out. And I wish I could hear your experiences in these journeys because it's really, really important.
Well, they can share it on the Facebook Live. There's a place where people can share, and
Oh, okay.
so they can
Okay.
put those in there. And you can also write over to me at windblessings@gmail.com, and I can share them with you as well.
Wonderful,
And
wonderful.
so that would be a really great way of doing that.
Well, really important. I know that in our work sometimes people don't like to write, but I think it's really important to take notes because when we are talking about shamanic work, we're talking about spirit talking to us. And I always had this great reference to what spirit tells us. Otherwise, why would they waste the energy on us? And so for me, it is really about learning how to trust what spirit give it to me and honor that. And one way of doing it is through writing, taking notes, and make sure to follow through.
That takes us back full circle to where we started about writing our books. Um,
That's that's
we're
right.
I really want to thank you for being here with us and ending this very full day. And I hope people can go back through and listen to this again. And if you didn't take notes, to go back and do this and take notes. So we really honor and respect your wisdom, and thank you for being here with us.
I am honored by your commitment to spreading the shamanic teachings and word and the healing that comes with it. We absolutely needing it now more than ever. And I hope that the people who are joining us on Facebook or online, Zoom, will continue to do this work. It is not for a few people. We really need to have a stronger agent of change, people who are committed to creating a different world than mainstream capitalistic society is creating for us. And the, the belief is that for our next generation, that they would not forget what we know. They would not be brainwashed by social media. And that's why it's so important what you're doing. And I'm happy that I'm part of that too. So thank
Yes,
you so
thank you.
much.
You've always shown up when I've asked. Actually, I would like to say thank you to all the speakers who were here today, all the teachers and all the ones who are going to be doing the individual groups over the next few days. Tomorrow we have Lisa Weichel who will be doing something about listening, and they always show up when I ask. And Erica Hernandez, she's going to be doing something on nature spirits, and Carrie, they show up and they keep showing up and you keep showing up, and that's what makes it different. So we thank you, and I'm going to go down to the fire and send the winds home.
Give my love to the fire, and I love to all of you. And you can always contact me directly through my website or through any kind of venue that you'd like.
And you can go to the website, the iamsymposium.com website, and find his free gift, and we'll go from there. So thank you all.
Thank you.